Hello there, anime fans. I hope you're counting your fingers to the release date of the 4th season of everyone's favorite man vs. monster show. So whilst we're waiting, let's back things up a little and take some history lessons now, shall we? But don't worry, these aren't your regular history lessons. These are the info dumps that made your jaw drop and think, honestly, Titans are the last thing I should be worried about in this world. To keep things fair for my anime viewers, I won't be including any manga spoilers in this video, but do keep in mind this video has spoilers for all 3 seasons. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel to see more awesome content like this, since there are a lot more top 10 anime content coming your way. With that said, here are 10 Attack on Titan plot reveals that you never saw coming. At number 10, we have Eren's Titan revelation. At the end of the first arc, things were desperate, not only for the new recruits, but the main trio as well. Eren was eaten, Armin was psychologically fallen down, and Mikasa was at the edge of giving up. And along comes a muscular force that starts knocking off Titans with his punches. This new Titan seems to be the soldier's ally, and possibly a force to be reckoned with. Moments later, it's revealed that inside the nape of this beast was Eren. Now, this may be a surprise for Mikasa and all others, but let's admit it, we saw this coming now, didn't we? I know Attack on Titan got popular for killing off characters and was dubbed as the anime Game of Thrones, but surely it wouldn't be bold enough to kill off the main character, even if he wasn't the best main character to have at that moment. But the twist showed that there were indeed people who can transform into Titans, and humanity had their own weapon to fight off the threat of these giant beasts. Next up at number 9, we have the revelation of the Titans hiding inside the walls. If Attack on Titan's popular for 2 words, it's freedom and the walls. The 2 words aren't only thematically related, the latter's also what protects the people from the Titans. You can see the irony comes in here. In the very first episode of the 2nd season, the face of a Titan is shown inside the walls. This puts both the Survey Corps and the general populace in panic. Was the thing that they feared the most actually what protected them at the same time? This is the first time Attack on Titan poked a clue at us about its lore and showed the world has more than what meets the eye. At least let's hope someone won't awaken those colossal Titans in the walls, eh? Coming in at number 8, we have Ymir's transformation to a Titan. What's with everyone transforming to a Titan when things turn desperate? First it was Eren, then it was Ymir, and then soon there's another duo. In the case of Ymir, she decides to pull the blade and transform when the tower's just about to collapse. There were a lot more candidates for Titan transformations, and it was a surprise to see Ymir being one. She was always a character who blended into the background nicely and didn't get that much attention, but it is Attack on Titan, and even side characters have a role to play in the turn of events. Ymir's Titan came off as a surprise as well. While the previous Titans were much larger, Ymir's Titan seemed smaller, and her size seemed to be the exact thing that played for her advantage. At number 7, we've got the revelation of the fake king. Sometimes the show isn't all about attacking Titans. The first call of Season 3 gave us a nice political backstory mixed with some new characters like Kenny the Ripper and Rod Reese. It also had some revelations in store for us, from royal families to character pasts to political deceiving. One thing that belongs to the latter category is the reveal that the white-haired old man is just a puppet placed on the throne. He may have had an intriguing look of an old king, but in truth, it was Rod Reese who was manipulating everyone in the background. Of course, the credit for the revelation and the coup d'etat should go to the one and only Erwin Smith, because this man managed to open the eyes of the military once again. Coming in at number 6, we've got the revelation of Annie Leonhardt being the female Titan. In the middle of the second arc came the threat of the female Titan, a Titan more athletically capable than other humans and seemed to possess intelligence similar to a normal human. After Erwin's failed plans in the woods, all hope seemed to be lost. Then we're directed to scenery inside the walls where we're shown the daily life of a depressed and antisocial Annie Leonhardt. Armin urges her to assist them to help Eren escape, and this girl takes the bait. Surrounded by people, right at the top of the tunnel comes one of the greatest revelations of Attack on Titan. Annie Leonhardt was the cold and ruthless female Titan. Well, let me tell you this. When the apathetic girl suddenly gave a light Yagami laugh and showed off her gamble, Eren wasn't the only one with the wide eyes and surprised reaction. At number 5, we've got Keith Shadis' involvement with Grisha Jaeger.
思い出した。お前だったな。
Sometimes a bystander is more than a bystander. Everyone was surprised when Keith mentioned Eren's mother back during his training, and the 3rd season shines the spotlight on this. Keith is actually revealed to be a friend of Eren's father, and it turns out Grisha wasn't the best friend someone should have. Keith explains the mysterious actions of Grisha after the fall of Shiganshina and finding Eren in the forest. This explanation shines some light on the scenes we saw in the 2nd episode, and we begin to realize how Eren received his Titan form. It also casts our suspicions of Grisha Jaeger, and we begin to realize this man has a much bigger role in the story rather than just being the father of the main character. This is another example of how even the minor characters of Attack on Titan play a major role in the events that happen, and even though characters might not realize it themselves, they are more than just bystanders. Next up, we have the revelation of Historia.
だってお姉ちゃんが教えてくれるから。あ、ダメだよ鼻水垂らしてちゃ。
Who thought the cute girl that alleviated everyone's stress would be related to the royal family? Once again, the role of side characters comes into play as we realize that Krista Lenz is actually Historia Rhys, a daughter born to Rod Rhys. Her past isn't the only thing that's a surprise. Along comes the revelation of a hideous royal ceremony where children are allowed to eat their predecessors to gain the power of the mysterious founding Titan. This is also where the actions of Eren's father comes into play, as we're shown how he forcefully took the power of the founder and passed it on to Eren. Not the best father then, and then again Rod can't even be called a father to begin with. Burdened by the fate of their parents, both Eren and Historia are confused about what to do, with the former urging Historia to kill him. This revelation brought out the theme of burden and for the first time approached the history of the world in a broader manner. Coming in at number 3, we have the first appearance of the female Titan. Now, I know I already mentioned Annie's revelation, but I'm sure the moment you saw a massive, towering female standing up on the isolated land beyond the wall gave you the chills. Up until that point, we thought Eren was the only Titan shifter. Now imagine when a more athletic Titan comes and kills the soldiers one after another, leaving a trail of blood behind. Either she was another Titan shifter like Eren, or anime's largest female psychopath. She also displays intelligence by covering her nape when the survey corps fly behind her and then proceeds to take them down in the most brutal way possible. Credit should be given to the directors and animators for portraying this new threat in such a horrifying way and showing us how dangerous the female Titan actually was. The scenes that preceded this were a mixture of tension, action, and subtle creepiness. When the female Titan lowered Armin's hood and gave that creepy smile, I sure thought that things were going to turn upside down for Levi and his gang. Next at number 2, we have everyone's favourite scene from Attack on Titan, the reveal of the Armoured and Colossal Titan. After nearly 3 years, this scene still gives me the chills, and it's no wonder this was one of the biggest anime reveals of all time. I watched with bated breath as the so-called big brothers of the Survey Corps turned out to be the duo that caused the destruction of Shiganshina 5 years ago. It was like the most climactic moment of a detective anime where the culprits are revealed and the conclusion's about to come. But this time the climax happens with the action and a bombastic Sawano soundtrack, and the conclusion is Eren's scream of rage as he attacks the Armoured Titan. The entire moment was like a perfectly directed 4 minutes jam-packed with revelation and action, and this scene managed to prove the existence of multiple Titan shifters apart from just Eren, Ymir, and Annie. Reiner rarely broke down, but when he did it with a bang. Topping our list, we have the greatest revelation of all time, the existence of people beyond the walls. It's amazing how 3 diaries of a man can turn your perspective of 180. And I'm not just speaking of life beyond walls, but everything related to Grisha's memories, including the war between Eldia and Mali, the Attack Titan, and even minor revelations like the Titan of Dina Fritz. If Attack on Titan was a puzzle with missing pieces, this was what completed it. The Man vs. Monster show suddenly turned into a racist war between men themselves. The theme of freedom no longer applied just to the Titans, but freedom from the wider world as well. It gave more depth to the story, expanded the world, and even changed the perspective of Eren and others. It's like you're trapped in a dark room and given a torch to find the door, but after you open the door, you find yourself in a much larger and complex mansion. Honestly, I don't think even that metaphor would be suitable for what Isayama's done to us.
名は進撃の巨人
So, out of these 10 plot revelations, which one hit you the hardest? We know what hit Eren the hardest, and Season 4 is going to be proof of it. Speaking of Season 4, manga readers out there know there's a lot in store for us that could fill in another top 10 list, so keep counting down until December the 7th. That said, I hope you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to drop a like if you did. That's it for today, anime fans, and I'll see you in the next video.